Whilton Mill plays host to round 6 of the 2019 FAB-Racing British Mini Bikes Championship. Today we have some fantastic racing action. Yesterday just whetted the appetite for what we've got in store for you today. 2 sets of fantastic races from each class. But before we get into it, we caught up with some of the riders this weekend.
So you're Archie Gibbs racing in the Mini AC40 Pros. How's the season going so far?
Very good. Couple of seasons have been very good, but some crashes and quite good.
And how are you enjoying the racing over the course of the last 5 meetings? I know you mentioned a few crashes, but a good few wins as well.
That's very good. This weekend we got to make it up and see if we can do the double this weekend and do it.
And with 3 races, 3 rounds still to go, those points are going to be vital for you, aren't they?
Yeah, I got 17 points behind Ollie Sims, but we have to just fight and what we can do and see how we get on this weekend.
Well, how are you going to get on well this weekend? Whilton Mill, do you like the circuit? Is it one of your favourite circuits?
It's one of my favourite circuits and I'm close to here from my house and yeah, it's quite good and really fun.
Well, best of luck for this weekend, Archie.
Thank you.
Round 6 of the 2019 FAB-Racing British Mini Bike Championships. We're joined once again by Brad Ray. Coming back to your roots here at FAB, just first of all, how does it feel to sort of come back to this sort of lower level of racing than you are used to with a sort of Bennett's British Superbike Championship?
It's nice, actually. It's nice to come back to obviously the grassroots of where I first started with Roger as a young kid, and it's nice to see the up and coming kids doing what I started doing, and hopefully end up where I am now. But it's nice to come back. It's nice to just relax, get away from all the busyness of a BSB weekend, and just stay in the back of the van, have a bit of fun, and enjoy riding.
So how does it feel to come back sort of in the same level, Scott Redding, Danny Kent, where they've come through compatriots of yours in the Bennett's British Superbike Championship? What does it mean sort of to come back here from this level? I know obviously you say it's nice to relax and come back to do a bit of more fun racing, but obviously coming up at that sort of generation, it must have been a pretty impressive thing to do.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to obviously see the championship still going. Roger, Val and Rob do a good job at keeping that going, and hopefully getting some more up and coming kids like Scott and like Danny, hopefully get into the world stage. So it's nice to come back and enjoy riding and have a bit of fun on the bikes where I first started and where it all started from.
So what kind of bikes are you racing this weekend for our viewers who might not know?
I got a 140 pit bike, a 10-inch wheels. I got a KTM 85 with 12-inch wheels, and a Suzuki 125, which was a road bike when we converted it into sort of a semi-race bike. So I got on all 3 of them. And
the Suzuki, that's the one with the horn on, isn't it?
Yes, mate. Yeah, it is.
So why do you like keeping that around? I know it's a silly thing to ask, but we've heard you over the last few years riding around here, and it just keeps going off down every straight. So
I think it's just boredom. I think that's what it is. It's a little bit slower than the other bikes, so I just tend to entertain myself a little bit, and it's just a little bit of fun to mess about on.
So there you go, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Brad Ray likes to entertain himself by pressing with the horn. Well, you learn something new every day. So so it's great to obviously come back to this level, have a bit more relaxation, come and have a bit of fun racing. Still enjoying your career in sort of national and international racing. I know you were at Suzuka a couple of weeks ago, as well as the BSB this season.
Yes, I love it. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love it. It's at the minute we're going through a little tough part of racing. It happens, but no, I still enjoy it, and I love going to racing. I love the challenge, and I go out there to win. Obviously, we ain't done much of winning this season, but I still enjoy going out there, and yeah, it's nice to come back here and relax, but it makes me more motivated to go back and fight again and hopefully get good results at the next round at Cadwell.
Campbell, you had some great results there last season. Are you hoping for a similar thing?
Yeah, obviously with the way the season's going, we're not going to be aiming for too high at the minute. It's and improve the package, then I'll be more than happy with that.
But considering the opposition you've got, it must be a good feeling to ride against some of the greatest riders in the sport at the moment in BSB. The level is just that high now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the level's high and the bikes are really good. The new Ducati coming in this season, we knew that was going to be a weapon of a bike, and the Yamaha's improved their package quite a lot, and it's just we seem to be on the back foot a little bit. But the package is improving round by round, not as quick as what we want to, but it's getting there slowly. So hopefully we can do some improvements for Cadwell Park. I'm off to Mallory tomorrow to do a bit of testing, ready for next weekend.
And of course, looking to 2020 and such, like I know Suzuki and many people, especially with the aerodynamic package now on the front of that Ducati and BSB, is that something that Suzuki are looking for? And even, is that something you're involved in developing for next year?
If I'm honest with you, I don't think any other manufacturer in the UK will be doing any of the wings. I think it's more Ducati, because they seem to build a race bike, test it as a race bike, and then put indicators and lights on it and then put it on the road. Whereas Suzuki, Yamaha and Honda, they do the opposite. They build a road bike and then turn it into a race bike, and that's why we're on the back foot a little bit, why Yamaha are on the back foot a little bit, because we have to convert a road bike into a race bike, whereas Ducati have got a race bike that's sitting there ready to go.
And do you think that's the right approach to go racing in BSB and World Superbike and championships like that?
It is what it is. At the end of the day, it's a road bike. Ducati have just put a lot of time, effort and money into making it a race bike and going out there and destroying everyone on the field. But yeah, obviously Yamaha, Suzuki and Honda have got to up their game a little bit to try and stay with that Ducati. But yeah, it is what it is. It's a road bike at the end of the day.
And looking to 2020, what are your plans at the moment? Are you still looking to keep that great affiliation with Suzuki, or is maybe something even bigger on the horizon for you?
At the minute, I'm not too sure. We're going to go round by round. I'm not sort of looking into 2020 as such at the minute. I want to concentrate on the job we're doing at the minute and improve the package. I think there's a lot of potential there with Suzuki, not just in BSB but maybe in World Championship at some point. Obviously we've had good links with Suzuki Japan doing the 8 hour the last 2 years, so Suzuki have been quite good to me, so we'll just have to see what these next few rounds entail and make a decision on what we're going to do.
And you mentioned going to Japan to do the Suzuka 8 hours. What, coming from a sort of sprint racer's perspective, what is it like going into that much longer distance, more hardcore event, say?
It's difficult. It's definitely not easy. To be honest, the length of the race isn't the issue. It's the heat and humidity. When you're out there, you're just riding around in full kit and like 35 degrees and humidity's at 80-90%, so that's the difficult side. I mean, riding for an hour, it doesn't bother me as such. The races in the UK are only half an hour, but yeah, it's just the heat and humidity that really takes a toll on your body. And obviously in the 8 hours, when myself and Tommy done it, we'd done back-to-back stints, so we'd do an hour on, hour off, hour on, hour for 8 hours. So it's just trying to get the fluids and the food in and keeping your energy levelled up.
And I think that must be difficult because you and Tommy were the highest placed 2 rider combinations, so that's quite a feat in itself to finish 8th. Yeah,
it was difficult. We went out to obviously try and get into the top 5. We knew it was going to be difficult. Obviously, endurance racing, a lot of it's luck. They had a lot of luck last year. We didn't have so much luck last year, so it was one of them where we knew what pace we had. We knew roughly about where we were going to finish before we started the race. We was just waiting to see if anyone else had any bad luck, but we was just going out there to be consistent and finish the race for the team.
Wow, 8th place in a race like that with so many entries is a great result. But looking to the rest of the season then, you mentioned you're going testing at Mallory Park tomorrow, which is the Sunday here at Coolfab, for those of you who might not know. But for the rest of the season, I know you're looking forward to Campbell Park, but what else sort of you looking forward to going to the rest of the season, especially Aston? I know that's a popular round with many riders. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm looking forward to Cadwell. We've got a 3-hour test night on a Thursday, so 5 till 8 we've got test time, so that's quite important to us. We need to get up to speed and hopefully improve the package a little bit more on a Thursday, which leads us in good stead for the rest of the weekend. And to be honest, I'm looking forward to the rest of the year. I think we found out a lot after Thruxton.
we had to sit down and really looked at what's going on, and we're making big improvements ready for the rest of the year. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm quite confident. I think we can make a big step for the rest of the year. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the season, Brad, and we hope to see you back on the podium very soon.
Thank you very much.
So I'm here with AC40 Pro reigning champion Mason Foster. Mason, how do you feel like your weekend's going so far here at Whilton Mill?
I think it's gone alright. I mean, we've had the pace, but the thing is today doesn't really matter because it's going to be wet the rest. So yeah, but it doesn't matter.
So what conditions would you prefer? Would you prefer it to be wet this weekend, or would you prefer it to be dry?
I would prefer it to be dry because I think everyone knows that this track is horrendous in the wet. So yeah, dry.
So you're not just racing in the AC40 Pros this year, you're also racing in the LC40 Elites. How difficult has it been doubling your time out there on the racetrack this year so far?
I done it last year, but not on the LC bike, so it hasn't been much of a difference, but just like adapting to the power and the setup as well.
Which one do you prefer racing the most?
I'd say the LC because it has more power and it's a bit more fun as well.
So you're leading the championship in the pros, and you've been embroiled in a fantastic championship battle with Johnny Garness in the LC40 Elites. Summarise your season so far.
I suppose it's been really good because first time on an LC and we're second, so that's alright. And pros, I think it's going really well. Yeah, it's just going really well.
Now, you've been coming through the ranks with Johnny Garness as one of your rivals. How much do you enjoy racing against him for the championship and race wins?
I really enjoy it because I've always got someone to beat and someone to try and push on as well. So it's quite good, yeah.
So you could potentially win the AC40 Pro Championship this weekend. What would be motivated? Taking the championship this weekend, or just winning a couple of more last lap battles against Johnny Garness in the LC40 Elite class?
I think I would do more last lap battles with Johnny because in the pros I've got quite a big gap, so I don't really need to worry as much. In the LCs, I just want to go out there and go for race wins.
Now, there's a little bit of an incident between yourself and Johnny last time out at Leeds. Just talk us through what happened in that situation.
Well, I basically went up the inside. Johnny hit me, and we both fell off. It was pretty much a racing incident, so.
But you're both still friends?
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Is there anyone that you would like to say hello to ahead of this weekend here at Whilton Mill?
Yeah, hello to all my family, of course, and like all my friends who watch.
That's great to hear. Now, one couple last wee things we'd like to ask you. Is there anything else that you will be doing for the rest of 2019?
Yeah, I race in the Italian Championship with Pellini, so yeah.
You've actually got one of those bikes sitting over here. Would you just like to talk us through it?
So basically that bike is Andy Whedon's that he's made, and we're going to race that in Holland for the European Championships.
And how do you feel like that's going to go?
I feel like it's going to go really well. I think the bike's really good, stable, so got good hope for it.
So you've got plenty going on in 2019. What will you be doing in 2020?
I think we're going to do Mini GP 50 and 70.
So this will be your last season on the mini bikes?
Yeah.
Well, Mason, thanks very much for talking to us, and best of luck this weekend and for the rest of 2019.
Thank you. Bye.
So I'm here with Bailey Stewart Campbell, one of the riders in the Mini GP 70 class. Bailey, how are you feeling going into this weekend here at Whilton Mill?
Very good. It's in my local track, so I practice here a lot.
So it's your local track. How far away do you live from the circuit?
About an hour and a half.
So you know the track really well. Are you feeling confident going into this weekend that you might be able to pick up that elusive race win?
Yeah, and apparently in the drier sessions I was the only one in the 50s on not very good tyres.
Yeah, so there's little bits of rain this weekend so far. People say it's quite slippery out there. How are you feeling if it does rain this weekend?
Just try and get behind a lot of people, see how much grip they have, and then just push on from the field.
Now, last time out at Lid, you started 13th in all 3 of the races, but you managed to finish 2nd in 2 of those. How much do you feel like you could have won those 2 races?
A lot. If I'd come 2nd, 3rd row, I would have won all of them, I think.
So do you feel like this could be the weekend that you finally pick it up? Have you got a lot of family here this weekend supporting you on?
I got my mum, dad and my brother.
And how much will that help you going into this weekend?
Quite a lot, yeah.
Bailey, is there anyone else that you would like to say a big hello to that might be watching or listening this weekend?
151's and clean my ride.
Bailey Campbell, thank you very much for the chat and have a very good weekend.
Nice.
Cool Fab Racing, the official BSB partner series, and on the road to MotoGP.
Round 6 of the 2019 Cool Fab Racing British Minibike Championships. We are live at the Whilton Mill circuit in Daventry for the 6th round of this season. And well, you may have been joining us about an hour ago, and well, if you're on our visual radio stream, on the Motorsport TV, on the Motorsport Radio website, and on the Cool Fab Racing website. Thank you for joining us on the visual radio stream all day, and indeed on radio. If you're tuning in, you may see it's gotten a little bit wet. We had a red flag in the 2nd race of the weekend for the AC40 rookies for a small rain sort of shower, and we thought, well, let's go for lunch, let it all dry out and calm down, and we'll come out all guns blazing afterwards with some nice dry racing. Well, the heavens have opened and the track is absolutely flooded. Those of you who might see might have some real sympathy for me, as I'm absolutely soaked, having to go and change camera battery. But all joking aside, conditions are very tricky at the moment, so we'll be getting racing at some point or another. We're not quite sure when, so we'll keep you up to date as to all the latest developments out on circuit. See, Liam Hodgins with me, Dan Marr. Very wet Dan Marr, not quite so wet Liam Hodgins. You're always lucky with the rain.
I mean, not yet.
Not yet,
just
anyway.
Looking down at the floor and
let's avoid that and sort of move on from...
I mean, I'm okay at swimming, so I think maybe I might be okay. I hope you are as well.
Well, I've never been one for swimming, so I think you'll be leading the field out. We've got loads of great interviews still to come here. Round 6 of the 2019 Championship, the official partner series to the Bennett's BSB, and on the road to MotoGP. Many of our young riders out there enjoying some great and not so great conditions here this weekend, including a few riders we spoke to yesterday. You may have just heard the interview from Brad Ray, who gave us a little bit of a hint as to what he might be doing in 2020. We've also got, I think Liam gave me this fun fact, it's the last ever 125cc 2-stroke pole sitter was here this weekend. I'll give you a second to think about that. You stumped? Okay, Danny Webb joined us in the studio. Here's what he had to say.
So I'm here with Danny Webb, who's here helping James Cook in the Mini GP70s this weekend. Danny, how are you enjoying being at Cool Fab?
Yeah, it's good, you know. I mean, I've known Roger for a long time, and I've known Adam and James for quite a while. You know, I helped Max out for a few years in the British Championship, so it's nice to be back and just to see some young talent out there.
Yeah, it's a great championship to be part of. What has been the biggest thing that's surprised you being here this weekend?
Just how much more professional it's got, you know. Obviously it was a long time ago when I was doing mini motos and that, and it was just kind of turn up in the car with your dad and off you go, and now it's a lot more professional. We've got some decent sponsors behind the job, so yeah, no, it's a fantastic championship, and it's nice that it's getting some recognition.
Who's been the standout riders for you that you've seen here so far this weekend at Whilton Mill?
To be honest with you, I've not watched any track action yet, but I'm sure I'll have a look. I know Kevin Belford's been going well. I know James has been going well. So yeah, it'd be nice just to get out there and have a look and see what riders are doing what.
What advice have you been sort of giving the riders or giving James this weekend?
It's mainly just to stay calm, and just take it as it comes. Especially it's really windy today, so we'll see how they get on in their first qualifying session and kind of go from there. But it's more just the way they mentally prepare themselves before the session and after the session, and not getting too frustrated with the job.
So you're doing quite a lot this season. You're racing on the roads, and I believe in the World Endurance Championship. How's that been so far this season for you?
It's been good, we was up for winning the championship, but unfortunately in Oschersleben we broke down, so the team decided not to go to Suzuka, but I managed to get a ride with Nobby Ueda, so just to get the experience. I've not been to Suzuka, so done that, and we've done a good job out there. So we got Boldor, what's the first round of the championship in September. The classic TT's coming up as well, so we've got a busy end of the year, but looking forward to it, and I'm just I'm down here having a look out for some younger riders, because I've got some plans for the future and this coming winter.
Yeah, so some of the riders in one day might be one of your teammates.
Well, I don't know. I want to set like an academy up. That's my plan anyway, and just something for the young riders to learn a bit more off track, and a bit more bike skill as well. Maybe doing some flat track and bits and bobs like that. So, and some training as well, just so they know for the future what they have to do and how they have to prepare themselves for a season.
So it's a bit like the VR Academy in a way.
Yeah, I would like to, but unfortunately I haven't got the money of Valentino Rossi, so but I just need to work some things out, work some prices out and bits and bobs, and see where we can do some things, and and hopefully in the near future I'll be able to announce something.
Well, we look forward to that. So this is basically just a talent scouting weekend for you?
It is a bit, I mean, obviously anyone's welcome, young and old, but it's mainly aimed at young kids here, going, trying to make the step from Metro Kits up to the British Championship or wherever they decide to go.
It's great that a lot of riders like yourself are doing this thing for younger riders. Do you feel like this is something that would have benefited yourself when you were moving up to the 125s when you were younger as well? Yeah,
definitely. And back in my day, that wasn't the case. It was from mini motos, literally straight to 125. So it's nice. And now we see the likes of Marquez and that doing a lot of flat track riding, and some of the saves he's managing to save, I put it down to the experience on a flat track bike, because I do a fair bit of it now, and I can understand the logic of how it works. So that's kind of why I want to introduce it, and I know a few people who are in the flat track world now. It's definitely something that's been missing. Back in the day we used to have the ACU Academy, and now that's not there. So we need something in place.
I can't wait to see what the future holds for the academy, and of course yourself. What's the biggest advice that you could give to the young riders here this weekend at Coolfab?
Just enjoy it. You're at the age where you can enjoy it, and you've not got any pressure on you to go and make a result to impress the sponsors. But the only pressure you got on is yourself, and maybe your parents, but at this day and age, the parents shouldn't be putting pressure on the kids. They should just be going out there and enjoying their racing and doing the best job they can.
Danny Webb, thank you very much for your time today, and all the best of luck for the rest of 2019.
Brilliant. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, man.
With thanks to Danny Webb and all of the riders we interviewed on Friday and indeed Saturday in what has been a tricky weekend here so far at Whilton Mill. Thank you for joining us. This is live coverage of round 6 of the 2019 FAB-Racing